What's up, humans? I sat down with my Twitch stream chat and I said, why don't we write a story? I gave him a prompt, and here is the story. Let's talk about the time that I lost my keys. It was an interesting day, to say the least. The day was a bit sunny. There was a little bit of clouds across the sky, and things were going down all over the place. I was walking down the street, going to my car, when I recognized somebody else walking beside me. Who else would be walking beside me but Rex from Toy Story? How often do you get to say that? Rex from Toy Story was walking beside me. So naturally, I went to go talk to Rex. Rex decided that he didn't want to talk to me though, and quickly took off down the street. And I said, well, I walked all the way over here across the street to get something. So I decided that this baby's that had this candy had some really delicious candy. That, you know, they had like some Cadbury eggs, the cream-filled ones, along with the little mini ones. So I looked around, and I looked more around, and I said, I'm gonna take it. Except what I didn't understand is that one of these eggs actually held Nate the Great's allowance. What are the odds of that? When I took it, I almost immediately heard sirens, and I thought, I know a cop. In fact, I know a hot cop. I ran to my car, and I said, how could I get caught by this cop, but only this cop? I looked in my car, and as I started to get in, I realized in the back seat was Spooky Jake. And so I hopped out of the car, and I started running down the street, and then I realized I left the keys in the car. I can't leave the keys with Spooky Jake in the car. What happens if he drives down the street and gets in a car wreck? So I drove back down the street, or I ran back down the street to my car, and I went to grab my keys out, except the door was locked, and my keys were sitting right there on the driver's seat. And I said, fuck, you know what? It's okay. I'll come back for it. But I still want to get caught by this hot cop. But only this hot cop. So I started sprinting. And I ran, and I ran, and I ran. And I realized I recognized that baby. That baby was the son of Prince Harry. No, not Prince Harry. Prince Henry. It was the son of Prince Henry the Ghost. And so I'm running and I'm running. I dart down this alleyway. I tripped on a dumpster. It actually really hurt my ankle. I got a scrape along my knee. But anyways, I kept sprinting. And I hid behind a corner. And the thing is that I hid in a place behind a corner that only this hot cop knew about, because her and I, we had a little fun back there where I was just drunk, and she handcuffed me before, and she found me. Yes, goal has been achieved. I have been found by the hot cop. The hot cop was like, you know what? I can take you home. I can take you home to my place, and we can lay low, and we can just have a little fun maybe, and everything will be okay. I went and I hung out with her, and I was like, yes, this is gonna be the night. This is gonna be the night. Fuck yeah. And the next thing I know, I was waking up on the couch, and my fingers were gone. What the fuck happened? What the fuck happened? Did she do something to me? I felt my other hand. Thankfully, my fingers were all still there on the other hand, and I felt my toes were still there, and I felt my knees were still there, and I felt my nose, and my nose was still there, but my fingers on my left hand had disappeared. It had been a hatch job, a really not great job. The fingers looked like they had been cut off by a hacksaw. It could be worse. At least she took a lighter or something that was a really hot flame and cauterized it, so it wasn't a big deal. And I went to the hospital and I said, hey, I need some help with my fingers. They did a little bit of surgical procedure after my friend brought me my car. My friend actually that I called, it was interesting. I called her and I said, hey, I'm at the hospital. I don't know what the fuck happened last night, but I lost my fingers. And I think it was that hot cop. Remember the one that I was talking about last week? What the fuck? And she goes, yeah, I'm dead, so I can't come help you, Rip Bailey. But I'm Baby. And I was like, well, that doesn't help me. And I hear Jerry mumble in the background, no, I'm baby. I say, oh, come on now. Long story short, I get through the day. I invited my best friend over, and he got my keys, and he talked with Spooky Jake for a little bit. It turns out that Spooky Jake was just taking a nap in the back of my car. To this day, I can't walk away from my car without locking the car door and getting flashbacks. But at least I'll never lose my keys again. And that's the story.